everyone, this is Mr. Chow from EnglishTuition.org. Now in today's video, I'm going to share with you a few tips on how to excel in the reading passage during the PSLE oral exercise. Now the very first tip that I have for you is that now every student before the actual oral examination, we are given 5 minutes of preparation time. So please use the preparation time wisely. And a lot of students, they just like to read the text passage silently and they don't try to work on the tricky words in the passage itself. So what I suggest is that students can actually silently mouth the words, and this will help them get the warm-up that they need, because as you're pronouncing the words, you're using the muscles in your cheeks, in your throat, and your tongue as well to try and pronounce the words. So this is to create some form of a muscle memory in advance, so that during the actual reading, students don't trip on their own tongue and then mispronounce some of the words. And the next tip I have for you is that sometimes students have the tendency, when they come across words that they have not seen before or that they are not familiar with, they tend to just pause, maybe hoping that someone would come in and help them pronounce the words, but that's not going to happen. Or sometimes they may just skip the words altogether and then just jump to the next word. What I suggest is that students should not try to do that. If you have not seen the word before, always try pronouncing them by breaking them up into each individual syllabus, right? If you have a long, like for example, the word unfamiliar is a 4-syllable word, so we want to pronounce each syllable by itself, right? So you know how to pronounce un, we know how to pronounce fam, and then me, and then lear. Never mind if you make a little bit of mistake, because at least there's an attempt. Because if you don't attempt at all, then that's obviously going to be counted against you when the examiner is awarding marks for the oral exercise. And of course, before the PSLE oral examination, make sure to try to prepare beforehand and pronounce confusing words. You can ask your teachers, ask your tutors, or just look up some words on the internet. What are the confusing words to look out for? For example, you see the word here, brochure. This is spelled B-R-O-C-H-U-R-E. Now some students may not have seen this word before, and they may mispronounce it by saying something like brochure, right? When we should be pronouncing it as brochure. Now another example I have here is the word cliché. Cliché is the correct pronunciation for this word, and if students have not seen this before, they might be tempted to pronounce this as cliché or CLICHÉ, right? So this helps during the preparation phase. If students can just do some research on their own, or try to consult their teachers or their tutors and try to practice these confusing words beforehand. And the tip number 4 that I have for you is always attempt to read with emotion. Now a lot of times when I practice with my students, students are just reading the words without understanding the meaning behind the words. So they're reading in a very flat and monotonous tone, and this is not good when you're trying to score for the PSLE oral examination. So always try to read with emotion by varying your tone as you read the text together with the punctuation. So if you sense some form of excitement because you see some exclamation marks on the passage, please raise your voice a little as if you are the one who is feeling excited. So that will actually help you convey the emotion to the listener. And finally, the last tip I have for you is do not mumble. A lot of times some students, maybe they are shy or they are timid, or they just do not have the confidence, and then when they speak, they're always mumbling, right? Oral is not the time to mumble. The examiner needs to hear you. So always try to read with confidence. Read clearly and try to pronounce all the words in a very crisp manner, right? For example, don't forget the N sounds, such as the T and the K sounds, like want instead of one. I want to go swimming instead of I want to go swimming, right? And the K sound, I like to talk to my friends, not I like to talk to my friends. I like to talk to my friends. So make a clear effort there to pronounce all the words very clearly and in a very confident manner, and this will come across as a very confident attempt on the student's part to make a good oral delivery. And with that, we have come to the end of this video. Hopefully you find some of the tips useful. Do remember to leave a like and share some of these tips with your friends who are going to take the PSLE oral examination in about a couple of months' time. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments section below, and I'll try to reply to every single one of them. Thank you very much for watching this video. Do remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell icon before you leave, so when I post my new videos on PSLE tips, you will be the first one to be notified. I'll talk to you soon in the next video. Bye bye.